Greetings, guys, gals, and non-binary pals. Welcome back to Botany Snippets. My name's Kate, and today's topic is kind of a companion piece to yesterday's. So, I've heard people say, like, in nurseries and stuff, that you can just put big rocks in a planter and have that work for plants that need really heavy drainage, and that's a yes and no. Just like anything in nature, it's both accurate and inaccurate depending on highly variable circumstances, really. But for plants that work in rocky soil, that might be okay. There's even certain species that can only grow on like a cliffside between rocks, like with no soil at all. But the environment is highly specific to them. If you have a plant that is like, let's say a cactus, because that's the easiest one that I have a lot of experience actually growing, so we'll go with that. But let's go with the cactus, just because it's a fairly well-known set of parameters that you need for ideal health and wellness and whatnot for the plant. You have a cactus that is growing in a pot, and there's a lot of sand and drainage, and it's got drainage holes in the base. It's doing fine. You have a cactus that is, you have a plant in a pot that has the sandy soil but no drainage holes. Most of the time it's going to be okay depending on where it's placed and how much water it's given. Then you have one over here that is in a regular potting mix but has some large rocks in there to add to the drainage and has a drainage hole. And you have one over here that has regular potting mix, some rocks, and no drainage hole. Now, a cactus needs a lot of drainage. That's it. When you have a plant in your house or on your property, you're trying to mimic its natural environment. So you have to take into account where that species originated. So for most cacti, it's the desert. For some, it's a tropical environment, so they need more shade cover and perhaps a more loamy soil, but still a lot of sand and high drainage levels. The tropical ones need less, but still a lot of drainage. And while having the large rocks in the substrate would greatly improve the drainage for that particular pot, you also need to have the sandy soil, otherwise the soil that is available will probably retain too much moisture for that plant. So again, it depends on the species and what it needs and your environment, because if your region is really humid, then you'd need more drainage probably because there's more moisture in the air, and cacti especially, well, all plants really, absorb moisture from the air just like they do from the soil, or mostly from the soil, because if it's in the air, then it goes into the soil substrate, and I'll do that at a later date. But basically, if the ambient atmosphere is damper, then you need more sand in the soil for the cactus. And I'm still going off the cactus because the entirety of last week was the cactus, and it's still stuck in my head because they're pretty cool. So So yeah, if you need, or if you have some big rocks in there, that works. You just have to supplement it with some other elements, and it depends on the plant that you have, what kind of root system that they have, because if it's a strong taproot that goes down, you won't be able to have rocks in there anyway. It'll just not work with it. If it's more fibrous roots, then you'd probably be okay. But basically, have enough drainage for the plant that you have in the pot. So I will let you go. See you tomorrow. My camera keeps dying. I think it's overheating at this point. Which, yay, Sony for overheating all the time. If you want to subscribe to the channel so you're notified when I upload stuff, hit the subscribe button down below and the bell icon next to it so you're actually notified. Make sure that it's on all notifications. Otherwise it'll just not do anything from the sounds of it. The last video's up in this corner. Something YouTube thinks you might like is over here. My other channel where I do other things that aren't plants is over here. And I'll see you tomorrow. Have a good one. Bye.